Hello everybody and welcome back to another one of my videos. Today I'm going to be showing you how I do my Jamaican curry goat. Everyone does it a different way, but I've got my way of how I like doing my one. I do it differently sometimes, but I hope you all enjoy this one. Right everybody, I'm going to show you the ingredients what I'm using for today. There are still some more ingredients what I add to this, but I'm going to show you those later on in the video, because this I'm going to be seasoning this up and then leaving it overnight to marinate for my dinner tomorrow. So this is my curry goat, and when you buy curry goat from the shop, make sure that they give you actual goat and not lamb, because goat and lamb look almost the same and they try most of the time to sell lamb off as goat meat, but it's not goat meat. So this is actually the real authentic goat meat. As you can see, got these in chops. You can get your butcher to chop it up smaller if you want it, but this is how I like my one. Just get them to do it with the meat on it and find the piece what you want and let them chop it up for you. So that's the goat. I've got one stock cube I'm going to be using. I've got some coconut milk. I've got my curry powder. I've got black pepper, and I've got a curry goat seasoning and a flavouring answer. Got some spring onions. Got some bit of ginger. Got some garlic cloves. I've got my pimentos. I've got some thyme, which is fresh thyme from our garden, and some fresh rosemary, not too much rosemary because that's got a strong taste. I've got an onion, and I've got some red pepper. I've got tomatoes. I'm going to be using more tomatoes, but I've got this piece what I used on something else. I'm going to use that up as well as the other tomato, which I haven't put out yet. I'll show you that one later on. And I've got a bit of Scotch Bonnet there. If you want to use more Scotch Bonnet, you can use more, but I just like to use half. I don't like my one too hot. So those are the ingredients that I'm going to be using. So this is just going to, well, I haven't got no more water left in here, so that's alright. So these are all my seasonings, like I was saying: black pepper, curry powder, curry goat seasoning and flavouring answer. I'm going to be using more curry powder than this, but this is what I'm using to season up the goat. And then tomorrow I'm going to be using a bit more curry powder, what I brown off, or what we call burn off the curry goat for tomorrow. So I'm going to just sprinkle all this together. So there's, like I was saying, there's a lot of different ways of doing curry goat. Some people add potatoes and carrots to their one. I do that one sometimes, but not all the time. So this one I just want a plain one. And a lot of time you taste curry goat and it's very watery, you need to add a stock cube or a bit of chicken stock to it. That's why it always tastes watery. So I'm just gonna sprinkle this over our meat. And if you're going to be cooking curry goat, this is going to be cooking for quite a while. Could be on the fire for about 2.5 to 3 hours. So that's how long the goat meat takes to cook. when you're doing your seasoning as well, or if you notice I haven't put no salt in this, I'll leave that till tomorrow because most of these seasonings have got a high salt content to them and I don't want it to be salty. So that's all the seasoning gone on. The curry powder, what I use as well is a Jamaican curry powder. If you want, you can use the Indian curry powder if you want, but if you're going to do a Jamaican curry goat, then use the authentic Jamaican curry. There's a few different brands around. It's just using the one what you like. Right, so that's right. So I'm going to get the Scotch Bonnet in. I'm going to get my thyme in. You can see this is just fresh thyme that just came straight up the garden. Bit of rosemary there. Don't want too much rosemary. Got my garlic crusher. Just going to crush these garlics in. So, if you're liking the channel, please remember to like, share and subscribe. We're doing this one at the request of some of our subscribers who ask can they see how we do our curry. Well, if you're doing Jamaican curry, you know it's mostly done for a Sunday. Special occasions like birthdays and weddings and christenings and funerals, we have it with roti, or you can have it with white rice, or your hard food, or whatever you want to have it with. You can have it with it. A versatile meat if you want to try it. Right, with the ginger as well. Some people just slice up their ginger, but I like to crush it, crush out my ginger as well. That way you get all the substance out of it. So I just like to crush it out. So if you want to see the ingredients what we're putting in our one, the shopping list is there if you want to try this recipe. So you can see all the liquid what comes out of the ginger when you crush it as well. So let's just do that. We've got our pimento seeds. They're going in there as well. Got my spring onion. All these things I've pre-washed already. This is from the onion out in my garden. But if you want to add more, you can add more. We've got our bit of red pepper. And I've got my onion. So although I've put the shopping list there, there isn't no set amount what you can use. It depends on how much curry you're doing. This is I think this is about 1 kilo of curry, so goat rather. So if you want to do like more, then you just have to judge the amount what you're going to be using. If I'm cooking it for a wedding or something, then I know what amount to put in there, because like then we're cooking like a whole goat or half of a goat or something like that, so we know exactly the amount of the ingredients what we're going to be using. And we know some people when they're cooking curry they just skimp on the ingredients, but if you're cooking, cook from your heart and you'll be alright. Right, so got all this in now. Just going to give this another quick stir. Then I'm going to cover this and leave it for tomorrow. Well, I'll come back to you on the second part of this, because saying there's other ingredients what go in this what I've put in my one, so but I want to just make sure that my meat is seasoned and stays for overnight. So I'll see you in a bit. Right everybody, welcome back to the second day of doing my curry goat. I've had this marinating overnight in the curry sauce and everything, so I'm just going to get my duchy on the fire with some oil, and then I'll show you the rest of the process. I've got this on a high heat now. I'm going to put some just vegetable oil, or you can use whatever oil you want to use. So you can need about just about that much. You don't need any more than that. I'm going to let that eat through. And meanwhile that's eating through, I'm going to just show you what this looks like. Now that it's marinated, I'll bring in the camera a bit more. That's what the curry looks like once it's marinated through. You can see everything nicely soaked. You're gonna, once you're doing it now, we're gonna just shake off the thing and then put in the meat separately. So I'm just gonna get this to heat up. Once this heats up, I'll be back with you. Right everybody, so I've got my oil to where I want it now, and in here I'm going to put 4 tablespoons of curry powder. So that's my curry powder gone in. I'm going to just let that burn off for a bit. So that's my curry powder. I've got a little bit of Scotch Bonnet. I'm going to put that in. this is just going to brown off. And into that now, I've got some rock sugar. So I'm just going to let that come down a bit now. So you're just waiting for the rock sugar to dissolve. It takes a while. And the rock sugar just to give it that extra caramel colour. Once we've got everything in, this is gonna, I've got this on high heat at the moment because I'm just trying to get the sugar and that burnt off. Just gonna wash my hands meanwhile and I'll be back with you in a sec. Right everybody, so we've got our curry burnt down to where we want it. We're going to start adding our meat to that now. You don't want to add the onions or anything else. You might get some in there, but you don't really want a lot in there. So just going to let that, what we're just doing is just letting these seal off a bit. So what you're doing is just getting some of the green stuff off of it as much as you can. I'm just going to let that as you can see, you're going to get a nice colour to it. I know some people don't do this stage, they just go straight to adding everything in at once, but I like to just seal it off a bit. So I'm going to do this and then show you, be back with you in a minute. Right, so I've got all my meat, my curry goat in there. I've still got this on a high heat. I was doing this for like a wedding or something. You were doing it a bit different than this, because you would have like a good amount of it, so you wouldn't be able to do it like this. But I will still brown off my curry before I put it in there. So I've got my stock cube. Going to put this in. So this one's a bit hard, so I'm going to put that in there with that. You need about a cup to a cup and a half of boiling water. So I'm going to judge it about that much. If I need any more, I'll add it afterwards. Just going to stir that in. As you can see, that's how it's looking really nice. As you know, I didn't add any salt to this. I'm not adding any carrots or potatoes to this one either. If you want to see me do that one, I'll do that at a later date. Right, so that's all you're doing, just searing the meat and coating the meat a bit. Right. So to that, going to add about 2 cups of chopped tomatoes. Going to dip that in there just to get all the liquid out. So I'm just going to give this a stir in. So some people do theirs with tomatoes and some people don't, but it's going to be cooking for a long time, so it don't matter. Got my other bit of tomato here, so I'm just going to slice that out. You don't need to worry about how big you slice this because it's going to just cook out. It's just a bit of tomato what I had left over. And then to that now, you're going to add all your other bits. So this is going to be on the fire for quite about 2.5 to 3 hours. You can see that's looking really nice already. So and then to that now, I'm going to add about 500 ml or so of coconut milk. A little bit more water. So that's everything in. And as you can see, I didn't add any salt to this. Most of the salt is in the seasonings that you use. Some of them I've got extra salt. The stock has got salt in it as well. So as you can see, that's looking really nice. This time now I'm going to just give this a little taste and see if it needs any salt. I'm going to say it just needs a little amount. It's not too hot with the pepper. We'll say about a teaspoon of salt. Stir that in again. So I'm just going to leave that now and just let it bubble away on a low simmer. Just taste it again and make sure. So it's exactly where I want it. So I'm going to just let that come back up to the boil, put the cover on it, and then just leave it, let it cook down. So once it's cooked down, it's going to change its texture and everything. Everything's going to look a bit different. So once it's cooked down, I'll come back to you. Right everybody, so we've got our curry goat right down to about where we want it. It's still on a low heat now, so I'm going to serve it up soon. You can see everything's nicely blended. It's got a nice colour to it now. The gravy is nice and thick, you can see, and that's how you want it. This is how I make it, my style. You can see that the meat is falling off the bones when you're ready, and that's how you want your curry to be. Next time I'm going to make the wedding version or the celebration version of this. But when you make it like this way, this is more like of a luxury way of making it. So next time I'm going to do it with the carrots and the potato. That's like done in different stages as well, and it's not going to have this sort of thickness to it. It's going to be a bit more thinner than this, which is the one what we use for like when we're doing like weddings and birthdays and celebration, things like that. But this one is more like how I do my one if I'm doing like my Sunday dinner or if I'm at home and I want a little bit extra, then I'll do it like this. Right, so I'm going to plate up a plate in a minute, and then I'll be back with you to show you what it looks like on the plate. Right everybody, so I've plated out our curry goat with some white rice and a little bit of salad. As you can see, the meat is nice and soft. That's how you want it. So if you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, share and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell another friend. Don't only just leave comments in the comment section. Take part in the channel as well. We will answer your comments when we get a chance to do so. And thank you for watching this one, and we'll see you all on the next one. You take care of yourselves and happy cooking.